us, because this is a matter that is live on the ground. If people are pushing to be paid and they did not do anything, as a matter of trust and communication to the public, is it not wise to step up and say that the following companies purported to have done this work in the following words? You table the names, companies versus the projects. And thereafter, we have, as my chair has been saying, we have good gentlemen and ladies of EACC hovering around to capture whoever might escape from the net, so that by now we are able to clean our books that these ones are genuine contractors who worked, and these ones are musketeers and must be put where they belong.
Let me also just contextualize what Senator is saying to what we are doing now. In this financial year, you have presented a balance sheet. You've not been presenting a balance sheet for the last 10 years. So in this financial year, you are dividing your assets and your liabilities. And your liabilities include these pending bills. The minute you capture them in your balance sheet, it's almost an admission that you owe that money. So just tie that balance sheet perspective to what Senator is asking about, even taking action on people who are putting in false claims. Governor?
Yeah, well, that's a very good proposal that my senator has given, that we have the document. It has not been easy, because in some instances where you'll go and the area member of county assembly says nothing was done just because of the politics. Then, you realize maybe it was done and they just want to disown, because we also involve them to assist us in verifying whatever we have. But once, the commitment I want to give is that once, like the chief officer has said, we establish the bona fide contractors, we shall be able to pay them. Those that are ghosts, we are going to expose them and hand them over to the relevant institution, including EACC, to make a follow-up.
Now let's deal with a number that cannot be in doubt, a payable that cannot be in doubt, and that is employee payables. You close the year owing employees 1.7 billion. Now your officer said that that was salary for May and June that was paid in July. Nonetheless, having paid May, June salaries and having provided a supplementary budget of 130 million, you still owe employees 549 million. 549 million, 60,066. How can we be owing employees such a colossal amount of money?
Chief?
Chair, whatever is appearing here, mostly it's the unremitted pension to the pension companies, and there is a provision in the budget of about 225 that will be paid. We inherited some unremitted pension, but we are paying gradually until we complete. We had an agreement with the lab fund and lab trust. We agreed to pay within 3 years to complete the date. When you talk of unremitted pension, can you paint for us a picture? Is this historical, or this is something that is building up every other month? It is historical. Auditor General, do you have a view? Because we really would want to know, what is this 549 million? Because there's some very criminal things that counties are doing. They are deducting money from employees and not remitting to the relevant institutions. And we must call it for what it is. You are stealing from your employees. You are also stealing from yourselves. And we need to properly drill down these numbers to be sure that this 549 is not something that is happening every other month. OAG, do you have those figures, or it's something that we might need to analyze further?
We need to give us time to do further analysis. We don't have that evidence.
But Governor, in terms of practice,
yes, sir,
are you up to date on your remittances to statutory or on statutory contributions?
We are up to date. What we are dealing with is 2020, 2021, and partly 2022, 22.
Have you paid gratuities to staff of the former administration, those who ought to have been paid gratuities?
Chair, we have not paid to all of them. There is a balance of there's a balance that is still hanging. That
Why?
we have.
Why? Because gratuity, the assumption is, as you process an employee's salary, there is an element that is supposed to go to an account, just like deposits and retentions, in the ideal case, so that when an employee exits service, they should not come begging.
Chair, from July 2023, we are current, but we are dealing with the previous non-remittance, which we are repaying.
No. What is the reason for not paying gratuity? Because someone rendered service, some deductions were being made towards that employee's gratuity. What would be the reason why 3 years down the line you have not finalized payment of those obligations?
Chair, it's because of the budgetary provisions that we have. We may not be able.
What budgetary provision? Because gratuity cannot be something outstanding. When you process salary for that month, isn't there something that is deposited, ideally should be deposited into an account to pay for gratuity?
Chair, essentially what is supposed to happen, a salary is a package. You are supposed to pay someone's net, you are supposed to remit to the NSSF, NHIF, the pension schemes, and that's what we are doing currently. But previously, when we came to the office, we found that there was a lot of money that had not been remitted, but we are trying to clear it.
Just specifically, because Governor, I just want to take an example of how you are mistreating your employees, how counties are mistreating the people who work for them. Now, you have the unique situation of being, you are out of the county for 5 years. I hope that the people who served with you in your first term, their gratuities were paid. Were they paid?
They were paid.
Were they paid on time?
That I can't tell you because I was out, but I know they were paid.
So what is the reason why the people who served with the former governor, their gratuities have not been paid 3 years down the line fully? Why? Because that's just a synopsis of the problems that are happening. Because if you are not up to date on gratuities, then you are not up to date on the other statutory remittances. Senator Wakoli?
Thank you, Chair. I want to bring to my governor and the chief officer up to speed. We have those who worked under you on contract from 2014. Those are tutors of the vocational training centers, and those are teachers of ECD who were on contract for 2014. And by 2017, they were confirmed to permanent, okay? And they are asking, and those others are the UHC guys who were on contract earlier and then transferred into permanent. They're asking, and you remember the UHC matter at the Senate, they are keeping asking, where is their gratuity? So this matter spans as far as 2014, coming to where we are. So I think you should be in a position to advise His Excellency of the gratuity that we owe the workers of Bungoma, and therefore give us a way forward on how we are going to sort out this matter of gratuity.
And let me also point out that the control of budget is sitting here. In principle, the control of budget is not going to approve your supplementary budget because that expenditure had already been approved. Governor, you see the difficulty you have. That at that time, whether you are sitting in the Senate or somewhere else, your officers made a requisition that included all these things. Then it was not done. If you go back to the control of budget to approve the same expenditure, she will reject it, and we support her. So how do we get out of this hole?
Chair.
Senator Cherage, maybe so that the governor
Maybe, Chair, on the issue of statutory reduction of 549 million, I'm worried when the OAG says they need to go back, because I think we need to make a resolution and order for investigation and prosecution by EACC, because that is theft. When you deduct, because this the statutory deduction as provided by the law, Chair, when you deduct the money and then you don't remit, that is stealing. So what we should be recommending as a committee, this 549 million that is on the books of financial statements of county is for investigation and prosecution for the officers concerned, because if I take the money that belongs to the employees and I don't remit to the statutory bodies, it is stealing. Even if you want to gloss it with different words, and I can see the bishop is smiling, gracious, accepting that even God does not agree with such way of stealing. So, Chair, let us recommend that the EACC picks up this matter of 549 million, prosecute individuals that took the remittance of the employees. Then this matter, the people will be held accountable as properly as it should be, Chair.
Yeah, individuals should be investigated and prosecuted, but people who offered service must be paid. Yeah.
Yes, Chair.
Senator Wakoli, then go on record, Senator Ambua, then we give the governor.
I want to ask, because our good chief officer through the governor knows that this matter of these amounts has been the talk of the town. And my good MCAs are here. I want, through the chair, to allow them to make a statement on this grievous matter, because these monies are appropriated at the county assembly. And if monies are being paid that people don't understand, then people must be courageous enough to either resign or be apprehended, because the people of Bungo need this money for development. We can't be paying debts for what we don't know. So through the chair, those young men, MCAs, are able to shed light from the ground so that the people of Bungoma and the country understand the predicament they go through to pass such figures in the county assembly.
Senator Ambua, go on record.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Senator Enoch Wambua from Kitui County and a member of this committee. Chair, just make a comment on what I found you deliberating on. I hear two things. One, money has been requisitioned from the controller of budget, and money has been released, and money has been deducted for statutory remittances, but the remittance has not been made. It's a serious matter. I mean, I would rather have a conversation about the money was never received, and so he paid salary minus the statutory deductions. But if the money was actually deducted and not remitted, then there is a serious problem. But I will find my balance as we go on.
Fine, Governor.
Yeah, I want to agree. Like we have said, I'm up to date. And I want to support. If somebody did not pay, just take action. I support that fully. Because I agree with you that if somebody has worked and the money was deducted and they never paid, those who did not pay are alive. They can be prosecuted. I support that provision, because from where I sit and the report I have, we are up to date. And even in our supplementary budget, we have given a provision of 130,500,000 towards emoluments, and it's going to cater for some of those outstanding things. But those who never remitted, who, if the money was paid and they worked and was not remitted, I support the decision of the Senate. Thank you, Chair.
Now, Governor, you are not also helping us because, yes, we can pursue the investigation and prosecution, but someone somewhere is getting auctioned. Someone somewhere, the children cannot go to school because the SACCO contributions were not sent, or that the loan repayment was not sent, or that the premium for the individual education plan was not remitted.
Chair, so what do you want me to do? I have said I am up to date. I have said the Senate's decision to follow those who never did what they were supposed to do is right. That is the much I can do, so that they serve as an example of those who don't do the right thing.
Governor, to that extent, we're on the same page.
Yes.
Think about your employees.
I am.
You don't just tell us, you pursue those people and investigate them and prosecute them.
Chair.
I am giving you a live example. And you know, you are making people not want to work for county governments. Because if you're going to work for a county government and collectively 549 million is owed to you and the people you work with, money that was taken from you, it's not like these employees paid themselves that amount. Money that was taken from the coffers, the control of budget has approved that requisition. And then collectively 549 million is not attributed to the respective employees. Yes, we shall recommend investigations. We shall recommend prosecution. But you are going back to Bungoma. What action are you going to do to make sure that this 549 million that is verifiable is released to the staff?
Chair,
because that is your job. And that's why you left us in the Senate to go back to the county.
Chair, I hope you are not just addressing me because I've said I am up to date. Whatever that we are talking about was done when I was not there. But of course, I'm the one in the office at the moment. So as far as I'm concerned, I am up to date. And I agree with you. We are on the same page like you have said, that we must pay. And that's why I've made sure that my officers pay, and that's why we're up to date. And we have given a provision of 130,500,000 for any outstanding that will still be there to be able to sort it out. So we are on the same page. I agree that it's not fair.
Okay, Senator Dulo, then Senator.
Yeah, I just want to ask Governor. You are saying this matter was for previous regime. When you came in, of course, it was on your table. Have you taken any action? Or what have you done? Number two, the people you are saying should be prosecuted. We don't have the names. You are the ones who should give us the names of those who should be prosecuted. So, the responsibility still lies with you as far as this matter is concerned. And I can say here, it's not only Bungoma. Yeah? Somebody's contract expired. Gratuity is not paid for 3-4 years because of political reasons in many counties. Number two, somebody has gone on retirement, those who are under LAP fund. The deductions are not submitted to the LAP fund. It's a very grievous matter because if I'm retiring, I want to be paid my dues so that my life continues. So as Chair has said, these are matters that are touching the lives of individuals and it must be dealt with. Thank you.
Chair, I totally agree.
Governor, just a minute. First, listen to the senators.
Chair, I thank you. Governor, my speaker, I find myself in a very awkward situation. Because there is admission on your part that there is money owed to employees. And that money is owed to employees by the county government of Bungoma. Now, governments exist in perpetuity. So, I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of your workers. I took a loan from a SACCO. Both the contribution to the SACCO was not remitted. I used to contribute pay as you earn. That was not being remitted. So now a new administration comes into office and I'm supposed to do what? Because if the administration then says it wasn't me, so now what? What are these employees supposed to do? Who is supposed to pay them? You can't tell them to go and follow the governor that was there or the administration that was there. They are still, some of them are still working with you, others perhaps have retired. What do we do, Governor? What do we do?
Chair, thank you so much. That's why I did say that even the lab fund and lab trust went and negotiated with them because we also did not understand why the previous administration was not paying. So we agreed on a formula of how much we shall be remitting towards that to just clear that. But like I'm saying, my administration has been remitting and we are up to date. So whatever else that is still there, we're going to see that we pay, and that's why we have given that provision in that supplementary that was approved. We are sorry about it, but again, this should not be happening. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, we need to make our recommendation. Senator Wakoli.
Thank you, Chair. On this matter, I want, Chair, you'll give direction on what I'm going to say. So these monies are being paid, fine. We are being told is monies either of the former regime, fine. But I want, through the wisdom of the Chair, to get now the real figures per financial year that we are covering. Right, Chair? Because we are dispatching millions here, over 500 and something per location. So I want them to take us, bring us to speed, 2022, 2023, this amount of workers, the following amount of workers dues, this is what we have paid. So that now we can be able to verify, and thereafter, Chair, you have instructed that these monies have always been deducted from the workers, right? So whoever was there receiving or deducting this money, we should also follow them, because you are paying for what was deducted. So who was this that was milking the work of Bungoma dry, and now you are supposed to cover up? Please furnish us with that data. And those, if they are in our government, Bungoma County government today, furnish us with their data, their information, so that we narrow down on them and they must account. Thank you.
Okay.
On a lighter note, to Senator Wakoli, you are saying our government. Are you part of the executive? Maybe you clarify so that we know.
No, me, I'm a voter in Bungoma.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a part and parcel of the county.
Okay.
By virtue of being a voter.
Now, let me bring in the chair, CPA Sifuna, the chair of the county. Assembly